Hello YouTube, and welcome back to FTB Horizons with Kankadia. And today is the day. Today is the day we start working on what I've been meaning to start working on ever since I started thinking about what I wanted to start working on with this particular Let's Play series. We are going to start with the Witchery mod pack. And as you can see, I cleared out a little more of the land around here. I've got the floors down on our south and our north modules over this way. I'll get the walls up when I get a chance. I might build up the walls a little bit on the on this area here, which is actually going to be our garden. And you see, I planted a couple of things. So I've got wheat a little bit here. Got some sugarcane. I'm definitely going to need a lot of that stuff on various mods. Most of them call for a lot of paper. Grab a little bit of this. Okay, now we come to what I've already found over here. So I got some cactus also. When I get a chance, I need to harvest that. But this over here, these are water artichokes, and I think these are actually fully harvestable. So let me check. They would be if I wasn't totally full my inventory. You can see I've been doing a lot of mining, collecting a lot of things. But yep, water artichoke globes, very cool. Let me just grab these, and see this one over here on the side is not quite mature, but these two are. And I just remind you, I got these drops just cutting through the wheat and things. And I think this is plenty. I don't need that much water artichoke. It's not a very high demand item. Same category as this, which is the snowbell. This one is also fully mature. I know because it has little white flowers at the end. So hit that, and I have a snowball. Now the reason you want a snowbell is not for snowballs really, because you can just go to an ice biome and find that in abundance. But what you want are the icy needles, which are used to make a number of things, including poppets, I believe. Okay, next thing we have belladonna. So these are also ripe. You harvest these, and I got a lot of seeds. Okay, I got 2 belladonna. That'll be useful. And I got 5 seeds. We'll replant that. Belladonna is one of fell in the water. Belladonna is one of our workhorse plants for the Witchery mod, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Incidentally, I plan on finding some lily pads, maybe going to a swamp biome and filling in all these little irrigation water source block areas. Okay, now this, on the other hand, is a little different story. This is Mandrake. Now, I should be fine. I'm not wearing any armor, but I do have a sword, and you'll see why in just a second. Ah! What is that little thing? Can barely see, I'm nauseated. Got him. Oh god, wait, world stop spinning. Okay, world stop spinning. Okay, so now you can see why I have a little bit of an enclosure here made of dirt, and why I also made the walls a little bit taller in this part of my garden. Now normally you'd actually harvest the mandrake at night because it's less likely to spawn one of those little guys, and you just get this, the mandrake root. This is very useful, used in a number of potions. So I'm just going to harvest these other 2 and be right back when the world stops spinning. Whew. Okay, and I'm back. So we just harvested our first witchery crops. So I think we're very about ready to start building our witchery area. Now I've got this mostly figured out. So I just want to fit. Actually, I need to fix that wall over there. So let me do that while I'm talking. Essentially, this is the reason why I built my base in this particular shape. Here's my reasoning. I could be wrong about this, and if you guys know differently, please correct me. But here's my understanding. Most of the other things you will do with the witchery mod involve the altar. Now the altar needs to be placed according to the modders website within 14 to 16 blocks of the item that you're going to use. So, example, I have this is the central pillar. This is actually 16 from the sides. This is approximately the middle point of this 32 by 32 square. It's actually these 3 over here, but I figured the closer one might as well use that instead. So this is going to be the heart, the heart glyph of our ritual area. I'm going to put the altar right behind it. Again, this is what happens when you use even numbers using odd geometry, but in essence, it doesn't make a lot of difference. For those of you who are a little more OCD, you can certainly feel free to use odd numbers. I just find it a little easier to mix and match whenever I can, and be a little more retentive whenever I feel like it. So, getting back to it, this is where I'm going to put the heart glyph right here, which is part of this ritual circle. Over here is where I'm going to put all of my, for lack of a better term, machines for witchery. And basically over here, I'm going to put a kettle. I'm going to put two little probably fence posts just for the appearance sake around it, and it has to have fire beneath it. So I'm actually putting a little bit far away from what's going to be my oven with two filter fumes. And this here is going to be my my distillery right next to the oven. I really want to put in here, this is one of my plans from the beginning, I want to put a crafting terminal right here and run an ME cable over to our hub over there. So I have to dig it down and through the wall in order to get that connected. I also make more ME cable and one, if not two, crafting terminals. So that's definitely what we're doing in this episode. And right above that, I'm just going to put like a secondary chest, because as much as I like to have the crafting terminal here, some of this stuff for witchery is pretty specific, like the books, for example, and maybe the Arthana, but certain tools I always want to have sort of handy. Ideally, I want a bibliocraft bookcase, but I'm not going to mess with that with adding mods into this FTB Horizons mod pack. And at the end right here, I'm just going to put a poppet shelf. I may actually put maybe a crafting table or something, or some decorative block, and put the poppet shelf on top, because it is a half slab and it doesn't need to take up that much space. But that, in a nutshell, is most of the machines you're going to need for this particular mod. Oh, I will add one thing though. It shouldn't be like too much difference. I do have an infinite spring over here, but I may decide to make a second one over here because you do need an infinite spring handy to keep refilling the kettle. So let's start this off. First, we're going to need to make our witch's oven. So let's see, we need to make that. Here we go. No, I need that two. Here we go. Witch's oven, second item. So we need iron bars, iron, and a bucket. I don't have any iron bars, unfortunately, so I have to make some. So I need iron and a bucket. I think I have a spare bucket. I'll use one of those. Grab a little bit of that. Just make a little iron. That and that. Cool. And I realize I don't have any extra space. Okay, so I'll have to move some stuff around here. Okay, so we now have our first item. We have a witch's oven. We're also going to need to make two of these. A fume funnel and a filtered fume funnel eventually. But we're going to start off with this. So I need lava, glowstone, and more iron bars with blocks of iron and more buckets. So iron for days. Fortunately, we do actually have some glowstone from that Ars Magica 2 structure that we found in the last episode. So I'm going to use that. But first, I'm going to install our witch's oven. Now, this thing is a lot of fun for one reason in particular. It cooks certain things faster than others, most notably food, but also charcoal. So I'm gonna I'm gonna try and use all those witchwood logs I've gotten from cutting around here, put that into here with some fuel, and get a lot of charcoal. This thing cooks charcoal faster than a normal furnace. I think it's probably commensurate with a redstone furnace, but again, I'm not sure about that. So I'm gonna do a little bit of inventory control, and I'll be right back. Okay, it looks like I got backlog on some of my iron, so I've only got about a stack and a half of iron at the moment. So I'm gonna pop this into my pulverizer and get this working on doubling my iron ore. I actually come across a strange problem, and I'm not quite sure what's going on with it. For some reason, yeah, this chest and hopper don't work right now, and I have no idea why. The pulverizer works fine. I suspect it's something to do with this wall. See, I decided to use redstone brick for my building here without fully realizing that this actually emits a redstone signal. So I'm kind of worried it's interfering with this chest and hopper. So what I might do when I get a chance is replace this with some item duct. But in the meantime, I do have enough iron to make this thing, so we're going to need two of these. That means, so we need 4, 8, buckets. I'll make it 9 actually. I need for the lava. I'm also going to need 4 blocks. And glowstone. I think I have, yeah, I've got definitely enough here. 2 glowstone blocks. And I'll just borrow some off of my hardened portable tank here. It's like that. It doesn't stack, so it's fine, and this should do it. Okay, 1 fume funnel, and 2. Okay, let's put these outside. You will note that the filtered fume funnel, which is the upgraded version of this, requires a fume filter, which requires an attuned stone, which means you need to have a nearly fully charged altar in order to make it a charged stone. We're definitely going to get to that, but right now I don't have the capability to do it. But no worries. So why am I making these fume filters? For those of you who don't know, these are used to upgrade the chance at which fumes drop off of the witch's oven when placed next to it. So what we're going to do right now is get some jars. And I remember I kept saying I'm going to need a lot of clay. This is why. And fortunately, I have quite a bit of clay. So let's get 3 stacks. That should be fine for now. And actually 4 stacks would be better. Then make it more even. Okay, and the reason is that I believe it's this. I think they changed the recipe to make it not conflict with something else. Yeah, there it is. Soft clay jars. So I'm going to get a lot of these. 4 stacks of clay jars. And this it's got to be cooked in a regular oven. Why is that not? Oh, it's got to turn the power off. Yeah, that would be a reason why. Okay, be right back. Okay, so after due consideration, I have decided to retire my steam dynamos. I realize there's absolutely no reason why I should put coal into here repeatedly in order to power these machines upstairs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I was threatening to do a while back, and replace this connection. So I'm going to leave these here for the moment. I'm just going to I should probably take the coal out of it. So I can probably make better use of it. And there, I'm going to leave this setup as it is. I may find a new purpose for it, but I'm just going to take some leadstone energy conduit. And do I need it there? Oh. Just put it along the path, if I can get it to work. Yeah, definitely in my next base, I make it a little bit shorter ceiling in the basement, because having to jump is a little bit annoying. But then again, if I decide to make some tall machinery in here, it might be useful to have it as high as it is. Okay, so we split. Is that correct? No, that's wrong. There we go. Okay, so now it splits off of the magma dynamos, which it's odd. Why are these? Oh, I forgot something. I meant to go to the nether and get more netherrack. Fortunately, this thing is pretty much full, so I will have power for a little while. Definitely enough to finish this operation after I go to sleep. So you notice I don't have a lot of walls at the moment, so I definitely need to, get around that when I get a chance. But let's go back here, and I'm gonna just cook up these soft clay jars, and be right back. Okay, and we're back. So we've hit a small problem, if you want to call it that, and I'd like to introduce you to my train of thought, which led me to the conclusion we need to go on a slight adventure. So what we want to build right now are two machines. We want to build the distillery and the kettle, both of which require an attuned stone. This one requires just soft jars, simple enough. The kettle requires an attuned stone and a couple other things, including a cauldron. Simple enough. The attuned stone, however, requires a diamond. That's fine, we've got a couple of those. Lava. That's fine, we got a couple of those. And whiff of magic. Now, whiff of magic, you need to burn rowan saplings. We don't have any rowan trees. How do you get rowan saplings, you ask? Well, you get them by mutating various plants around, usually vanilla plants, in hopes of getting one of these. How do you mutate them? You mutate them one of several ways, but we're going to do it by the simplest way, which is the mutandis. Now, in order to get mutandis, you need, like we have magic, we've got a couple of those. Wood ash, we can make that relatively easily using the witch's oven. Cactus green, I've got a cactus farm right here. That's fine. Eggs, might be kind of hard to get, but I can get a couple. And hint of rebirth. You get hint of rebirth by putting spruce saplings in a witch's oven. So we need spruce. I have absolutely none of it. I've got oak. I've got birch. Heck, I've got great wood. See, I got great wood saplings. These are actually very, very rare. I've got so much witch wood, I don't even know what to do with it. But I have no spruce. So we're going to go on a little adventure, and they're going to find some spruce. So I'll be right back when I got something interesting to report. There we go. After a fair amount of journeying and 2 days searching, I finally found a taiga biome. So I got me some spruce. I don't really think I need the wood. I just need the saplings. I'm definitely going to use them later on. That was actually kind of cool. I'm definitely going to use the spruce to breed more spruce trees later on, but right now I just need the saplings, so I don't need to use my axe. I can just use my trusty sickle. Red sandstone? Never seen that before. Okay, I gotta be quick about this. I want to get a stack. I'd love to get a stack of these. So that's gonna be most of these. Well, if I ever come back here and I'm not sure what the heck is this place, look around for the trees that have been stripped bare, or I guess shaved is probably a better term for them. Shaved trees. Oh, and this thing about the recipe needing saplings, this is nothing new. Believe me, when we get more into Witchery, you'll realize that saplings play a very prominent role, and that the sickle is going to be your best friend. But actually, I recently started watching another Feed the Beast series. A guy named Sergen on. He's got fairly into it. I think he's got like at least 20 episodes at this point. And he made the point that okay, that was a creeper blowing up. He made the point that the sickle is in fact the fastest way to clear through leaves like this. But the second fastest way is actually the hatchet from Tinker's Construct. I mean, I've always used it, compared it to the lumber axe, which actually does not do a very good job of cutting down leaves. But the hatchet is apparently very quick. So if you happen to not want a lumber axe and make a hatchet instead, you can use that instead of a sickle to cut through these things. So I've got, where is it? 33. I got half a stack. And I want to get some more, so I'll keep going. And mobs are starting to spawn around me. Especially that guy. I really don't think I'm alone in despising the fan-made Endermen. I really hate them. They're all over the place. They don't obey the normal Enderman rules. The only thing I'll say is good about them is I have seen them drop 3 Ender Pearls at a time, so their loot rate is higher. That's about it in terms of what's good about them. Just a little more. Whiff of Magic is actually a very useful fume. I call it a useful fume that you get from the witch's oven. So I'm going to use it for a number of things. So I might as well get a lot at a time. I'm sure I'm gonna have to. Oh, that was the Enderman. Okay, I gotta go because I don't want to die out here. Well, I have keep inventory on, but I still don't want to, die because I freaking hate it. So we're going back. See ya. That's interesting that the sugarcane I have over there goes over the top of the wall. Oh, those of you who noticed, I did relocate my bed. Oh crap, I'm dead. Hit me with a snowball. Yep. Oh, this is why. No loss. Well, not no real loss, but unfortunately, I don't really have a weapon at the moment. Okay, I do, however, have plenty of zombies. Oh, you want some too? Come on, I'll take you out with my pickaxe. Yeah, I was mindful. I waited way too long. Nope, can't sleep. There's a spider and this bastard over here. Okay, this has definitely reiterated my need for weaponry. Probably next episode is when I'm going to start getting armed in some way. I'd like to get some magical armament, simply because that's the theme of this episode. But for right now, I'd settle for a friggin' sword. Wait, why do I have to settle? I can actually make one. Just quick and dirty. How many sticks? I don't think I do. No, I don't. Oh, I used them all before making the thingy. Okay, so drop that. I don't need that. I need this. Get a couple of those. That. And that. Yeah, definitely not my fastest sword, but I'll get the job done. So, we were successful in our mission. Let me just check it here. I think I had a couple of... Where is it? Ah, there we go. I wear my inventory. So, oh, this is almost done. Why are those soft? Oh, because they're finished. So one thing I discovered off camera that's kind of strange is that you can take witchwood and make it into charcoal. Unfortunately, you can't do it in the witch's oven. I guess it's not programmed for Ars Magica stuff. So I will be able to do this. I'm just going to take half at the moment. And I think it's with the two fumes, I think I've got about a 50% chance. Yeah, there we go. So I've already got hint of rebirth. I think I only need 2, but I do need quite a bit of wood ash. So I'm gonna let this run and see how much I get out of that. And we're back. Okay, so after running around for quite some time and then making a trip back to my spawn, I was able to acquire a couple of eggs. So we're in the market for making some mutatis. So let's check on our witch's oven, and we've got 21 to 22 total hint of rebirth and 25 wood ash. Very useful. We're going to use that right now. I cooked up some of our cactus, so I got cactus green, and what else is in the recipe? The mandrake. I got a couple more mandrake. Should be able to make 4 recipes worth of this. Let's see. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, I got bones, but I need to turn them into bone meal. So that should be enough. There we go. So we have 32 mutatis. And this stuff, you run through this stuff very quickly. So if you get a chance, make a lot all at once. Ideally, I'd be using a mutatis extremis, which is just 8 mutatis with a nether wart in the middle. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten any soul sand yet, so I definitely need to get on that and start my netherwart farm, but I actually have a couple of netherwart to start it, just haven't done the farm bit. So how do you get this mutatis to work? Now I find that the best way to do it is with vanilla items, and what we're going to use in this case are oak saplings, because I happen to have a couple stacks of them. So what you do is you just click on it, and what it does is it gives you a random one of, I think like I said, like 15 or so random plant-based items. I think it also works on grass and all the natural things, but it's random, so you have to keep going. There we go, so you get a rowan sapling. Cool, I got one rowan sapling. So let's try this, see what else I get. I'll take it on the rowan, it's always useful. Ember moss. Now I'm pretty sure I need shears to collect that, so I'm not going to touch it, but I'm definitely going to use that. I'm actually not sure what. Okay, I have plenty of rowan. I have a couple of rowan now. I can actually use a lily pad. Tons of rowan, but only rowan. I need the other ones too, the alder and the hawthorn. There, we got a hawthorn. 2 hawthorn. Actually, I have a full inventory, so if I can get an alder out of this. Ember moss. More ember moss. I gotta find out what this stuff is used for. I'll make the book when I get a chance. Glintweed. Now this I think I can just pick up. Yeah. But I know for a fact that the ember moss you need shears. Okay, 2 left. Yes! Got 1 alder, so we have 1 of each. See if I can... Nope. Okay, so I'll have to make more of a batch, but cool. We have all 3 sapling types. And I've got a little bit of bone meal here, but I think I'm definitely out of time. So we have the three different types of wood, which we're definitely going to use on our altar, on our I guess our witchery circle magic area over here. And I'm actually planning on making them in the orchard over this way, because they're the trees I'm going to need the most of for the moment. So I think I'm going to end it here. This has been Kanakadia for FTB Horizons, and have a magical day.